Right. Yes, this game, PT Boats Knights of the Sea. This is something that has been out for quite some time. And, as I was saying earlier, or before even, it's probably what I can think of being the closest as to what we're going to get in War Thunder, maybe. SoonTM. Boats. You want me to talk about boats? Do I have to talk about boats? Do I have to talk about boats? Can I not talk about tanks? Or something else, maybe? Well, okay. Here's my opinion on the boats at the moment. The big stuff is going to come maybe 2-3 years down the line. If it comes. And if it does come, I would maybe expect it to be 1 or 2 battleships at most in a game. Maybe 4, if Gaijin are feeling generous. And then subsidiary ships underneath that, so, you know, battle cruisers, cruisers, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, destroyers, frigates maybe now actually. Well, they could put frigates in, I suppose, now, and destroyers. Yeah. I mean, really, they can. There's a lot they can put in as far as naval units go. And them with their little excuse of, you know, Russia didn't have naval units during World War II is a bit shitty, if I'm honest. They need to basically put in the big ships. If they don't put in the big ships, they're just missing out on so much of the naval warfare. I agree that they could put in the way that they are doing it is kind of a better way, maybe for action, but for as far as historical accuracy or what people will want to be playing, people will want to play battleships. That's the thing, and that's what, you know, they should be aiming for, putting into the game. I think. And I think that that's what they're willing to do. They've done it with Star Conflict, or they're doing it with Star Conflict at least anyway. They're adding in larger ships, and it's what happened with Eve as well. You know, it's kind of the progression of the game. As the game's population gets bigger, as long as it's been going for longer, they have to keep on adding in more stuff to keep the players keep on coming in back, if you understand what I mean, and buying and doing stuff with the game. So it makes sense for them to continually evolve the game. If they don't, the gameplay is going to become stagnant as well. So, you know, it's I think with regards to War Thunder, it's going to take time. The worldwide worldwide thing that they're doing, this thing, where is it? That World War thing. That's perfect for having like battleships and capital ships in it. Not having it in game though that's the clincher, I think. And the naval units is the clincher with regards to that, I think, and why it's not in game yet. With regards to the capital ships, that I think would be perfect for that mode. But for the actual matchmaking battles, maybe not so much, and until they've got enough units in to support, or, you know, to say that that's a fleet rather than, you know, that's a small fishing boat kind of squadron. As far as actual control and stuff like that goes, I'm assuming it's going to be similar to another game that I've got. I did stream it, when was it, last year? Earlier on this year maybe as well, I'm not sure. I think it was actually last year, and that was all just concentrated on PT boats. I'm kind of expecting it to be similar to that, but obviously with the other ships being added in as well, like this, well, I'm going to call it the Cat 34, the the Russian pay-to-enter boat or pack. The reason why I call it the Cat-34 is because it's got a Katyusha rocket launcher on the back, and it's also got a T-34 turret. And I've heard rumours that the Russian, the rockets on it go Miowski as they fly through the air. Hence the designation Cat-34. Oh, anyway, sorry for that bad pun. It took me, about half a minute to figure that one out. But yeah, the boats, we've got to wait and see. They're going to be coming in later on this year. I assume the closed beta will start in the next patch, which will be September, I think, now, knowing Gaijin. And being that it will be closed beta, and the footage I've seen so far isn't amazing, we'll have to, it's kind of, we'll have to wait and see. I've got a rough idea of what it's gonna look like in my head, if you know what I mean. As far as the larger ships goes and how you're using them, I'm not so sure at the moment, like with regards to the Russian boat and the rockets, because they've got, let me think, Katyushas, they had like about, I think it was about 5 kilometer range, maybe. That might be the larger ones, or it might have been the thinner ones, I'm not sure. But yeah, how well you'll be able to use them in game, I don't know. We'll see. Or how you use them. Yeah. So I would like to kind of see a gameplay example, if you know what I mean. That's not what we've got at the moment with the trailer, so commentating on that isn't going to really happen. As far as what's going to get put into game goes, PT boats and the like, well, yeah, there's a lot of those, I suppose, that they can put in, but it's I kind of don't get it, really, with regards to that. It really does limit the options as far as, the boats go, and sizes as well. It's going to be weird, I'm sure. And I'm thinking that they're maybe going to be putting in lots and lots of very small variants between the boats, very slight, weapon kit changes to fill out the tech trees, if you understand what I mean, because otherwise they're not going to have a lot in there. It kind of depends on how big the classes are that they're going to put in initially. I mean, I've already heard talk that they're not putting destroyers in with the initial release, and destroyers are, quite small really in comparison to the big stuff, if you just understand what I mean. So not having the basic kind of, a destroyer class, it's like, well, how big are they going to be, and therefore how much are you going to be able to actually do with them. The PT boat, the JFK one, that's kind of tiny in comparison to, the capital ships. It really is. It's minuscule. And same thing for the actual weaponry it's got. The torpedoes are its most powerful weapon, and they're not a instant hit. You launch them into the water and they speed through the water. If you're further away from the target, it gives the target the chance of the way to avoid it. I'm just thinking now, I could actually buy that. I realise that's possibly heresy. Vicious. Hello, Theoretic. Welcome back, dude. I'm not going to buy that now. I'm going to sit on the gold that I've got, I think. I know for a fact I'll be getting possibly a discount on some kind of Russian vehicle today. Well, maybe today, it's from doing this Russian tanks thing. Well, Russian Day thing. Is that today or is it tomorrow? When is Russian Day? I'm not sure. Oh, it's Russian Day. Sorry, not Russian Day. Russian Air Force Day, even. I need to win 3 times. With 6% battle activity. And then they get a random discount on a Russian Air Force aircraft. Which... Oh, that's going to be one of 3, I assume. Better not be on that one, otherwise I'll be pissed. Or any of the ones I've already got. That will piss me off. So I need to get 3 wins with 6% win rate, and I need 4 wins with 50% win rate for the task. Well, that's not too hard to do. I suppose I can do that first and see what I end up with. Oh, whether or not I actually want to get what I end up with, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. Spread the ship. Bail out. So, what are your thoughts on ships then, after what I've just said? Planes. Not to take out. Come on, what are you doing? Why are you running away? Pleb. Kill him. Oh, you shoot at me. Okay, good. Is he winning or losing? He's losing it. Fuck. That one's running away still. But it's not actually, it's just stopped it. God damn it. I mean, the thing is with regards to the boats and Gaijin, you've got to remember that they are comparatively small in comparison to wargaming. As far as the what they're going to learn goes, well, they're going to learn quite a bit, I imagine. Because the models are going to be much smaller, so they can work and refine on, or work on them much better, if you know what I mean. Because I mean, it's kind of like similar to, you know, Naval Action, that game. It's similar to that in certain respects. I mean, in theory, you know, it's just as you can in tanks. It's possible to bounce shots from, you know, very weakly armoured ships or boats in comparison. So in theory you can do the same thing in that. You know, you can bounce a shot. I was joking yesterday with Grando Potato saying that it's going to be funny watching the Russian T-34 turret bounce like something from the Yamato or something like that on the Cat 34. That'll be fucking hilarious to see. You know, you driving around, just bing, bounces like a, I don't know, 340mm battleship round. Yeah, what to take in. Well, I need to get just a win. I'm tempted to take out one of the Dornier 335s actually. Or maybe the Tar. Maybe the Tar? How is the Tar going? It's not going too badly actually. Oh, that's really close. That's really close. Yeah, the smoke setup. Oh, yeah. Boston, the Russian thing. Do I have to fly Russians as well? Yeah. I have to fly Russian planes as well. Fuck. Does that count for the At-1 Beetle? Well, that's 2-3. I've not flown that out in a while. Could do another look at that, thinking about it. Let's just get it onto the plane preset. That one. I mean, as far as, yeah, like I say, learning stuff goes, that just learning that little bit is going to be quite a task. If the product keeps on going, as in War Thunder and Gaijin, then I can see them adding in larger stuff as, you know, they continually grow. However, they are going to have to get more staff. It's quite simple, really. They need to get more developers in there. Because if they are going to be adding in the bigger stuff, they need, you know, hours of work on each individual craft. The complexities of something like a, you know, destroyer, cruiser, you know, frigate, larger ship, basically. Capital ships like, you know, the carriers and the battleships, compartment-wise, you're looking at hundreds, if not thousands, of compartments and sub-compartments, and, you know, each of those has possibly things in them, like fuel, ammunition, food, storage, crew compartment, you know, etc., etc. And if you're going to be modelling all of that into the game, that's an incredible amount of information. Starting off with something small like, you know, the PT boats is kind of understandable because they are going to be quite simple to do in certain respects. It's just, you know, a boat, really, as we've been kind of saying. The later stuff is going to take hundreds, if not thousands, of man hours to do. You know, like I say, the capital ships are almost unimaginable for Gaijin at this point. I'd guess it would take one of the the development team like a month to do a single ship, like you know, a capital ship size. It's just, you know, it's down to what they've got, really. At the end of the day, they're not a very big company in comparison to, you know, well, the larger companies that are out there. They're minuscule. If, for example, Sony, you know, with the PS4 network and so on, if they allowed them to use, I don't know, say like 50% of their development team for a month, the amount of development for War Thunder would be incredible. You know, the amount of stuff thrown into the game, vehicles, tweaks and fixes would be massive. But Gaijin aren't big enough, or, you know, they've not attracted enough attention, I suppose, in that respect. It's like 1.61, 4 vehicles, right? With the aid of something like Sony or a corporation of that size with that amount of muscle, they literally, you know, they would be able to throw in probably I don't know, 300 or 400 different aircraft or something for one patch. That's considering we've got like over 700 units in game already. It's manpower when it comes down to it. Gaijin don't really have much. Right, so here we go. So the S-150, that's German. Yeah, I was wrong with the S-series. S-100. Let's see, it's 2. It's a different camera version. The Fairmont, that's the British gunship. That's got 4 torpedo launchers on it. It's got a cannon there, a cannon there, 2 turrets there, and another cannon there. Hello, Boombox. No, this isn't War Thunder, unfortunately. I wish it was, but yeah. Well, I say I wish it was. I don't think War Thunder would get near to this level of kind of completion. Oh, it actually shows you all the weaponry there at the bottom. I didn't see that before. Oh. Torpedoes are lacking on that, well, the kind of width, but it kind of makes up for it. It's got two 40mm cannon, two 20mm cannon, and four 50 cals. That makes, you know, what's it called, PT boat, JFK's PT boat, look like a fucking, I don't know, a BF-109 E3, no, E1. I played it into one, yeah. The Rom boot. Is that Germany? Yeah. That's got 137 on it, 4 20s and another 2 20s as well. This is a Russian one, I think. Yeah. That looks more like a submarine. And it's got its torpedoes at the back as well. I'm just having a look at what's available at the moment, because this will be useful for War Thunder as well. Okay. Oh, okay. 2 20s, 2 50s. That one's got 1 times 420 and 2 times 20s. So is the gun there, I think, is it? Maybe not. Might be just there. 2 times 2. No, it says there's 2 times 2, so yeah, there's one there as well. But those are door mounts. There's a quad mount there, a door mount there, and a door mount there. That just gets torpedoes and depth charges. Is that one? Is that Italian? No, that's German. 137, 2 by 220s. 37's there, I think. That's quite a large caliber, I suppose. 400 kilogram low explosives, though. There's no map. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Right, you ready? Why would you take? Guys, seriously, I'm gonna have to find a sec. I'm just. Oh, we got underwood for you. I didn't realise that. Oh. I wish that more people had this and it was played more. That this alone deserves it. The fact that you can just drive along and go. It's awesome. It's like something that GTA would do. But why isn't there must be something like that in GTA? But yeah, this is as it says there, PT boat starts to see it's on Steam, and it's $6.99, which is damn sight cheaper than what War Thunder is offering at the moment. And it's a fully released game. So if you want practice for what War Thunder is going to be putting in, there you go. Get this. I'd expect it to be kind of similar in certain respects to what War Thunder are eventually going to throw into game, at least with regards to the boats themselves. As to the game mechanics and how they work, yeah, it's a different matter. We'll have to wait and see. But as far as this game goes, it's cheap and cheerful at the end of the day. It's only got a limited selection of boats from what I saw there, you know, when I was looking. Yeah, this, although it's, I mean, limited, the thing is, like I say, is with regards to War Thunder and what War Thunder are doing, they're going to be equally as limited, which is what's kind of baffling me a little bit about what they're doing with the boats at the moment. But we'll see. Well, we'll have to, because we can't actually do anything or see anything at the moment. This game is just something that I picked up a while back. Anyway.